High-quality grassroots tournaments inviting the fighters of the world to Rally Ulapop in Lyon, France. 2 days back-to-back, hundreds of attendees signed up to compete against the biggest heavyweights in their fighting game titles. The Mixup is where champions rise, tour points are claimed, and stories unfold in the global fighting game community. Rewinding the clock back to last year, local fighting game sensation Wawa from Team Dimension 4 took to the Mixup main stage with great ambition. A powerful Dragon Ball FighterZ player at heart, Wawa advanced out of the top 16 bracket into the winners semifinals, where he laid waste to Switzerland's Easy Man for a brutal 2-game whitewash. Noka, Wawa's greatest challenge at the Mixup 2019, met the young champion in the event's winners final. Wawa proceeded to pummel him for the first 2 games, and although Wawa let his guard down in the third, he more than made up for it in the final match with all 3 of his fighters alive and well.
Je pense.
Il faut l'emmener avec lui.
Ouais, il peut l'emmener avec lui dans la mort, mais je vois pas faire mieux là-dessus. Boum, la réception de l'ambassadeur. Et c'est la mort qui t'a assassiné.
L'optimisation de Wawa qui se qualifie pour la grande finale. C'est magnifique.
Noka's story at the Mixup did not end there. Fighting back from the losers finals, Noka would once more face his newfound rival in the best-of-5 grand finals. Wawa had complete control of the first game. All of his fighters still remained as he obliterated Noka's Goku Black in just over 2 minutes. Noka showed some signs of life in the second, deleting Wawa's adult Gohan in a stunning turn of events. But Wawa is a player of skill and speed. He proceeded to wall his opponent before finishing him off. With Wawa at match point, things went from bad to worse for Noka, who lost his first fighter early on in the match. Relentless in his playstyle, Wawa closed the series and became a champion at the Mixup 2019.
Wawa qui cette année est notre champion du Mixup.
Bien joué Wawa, il fait plaisir. Quel grand joueur ce Wawa.
Wawa turned heads that day in Lyon, rising as a Dragon Ball FighterZ superpower and claiming what was rightfully his after a stellar performance. Over that same weekend, more than 150 Street Fighter sensations lined the halls of the Mixup. It was a Capcom Pro Tour premier event, so points were vital to those looking to climb the Pro Tour standings. Punk from Reciprocity was having an outstanding year thus far. He was the highest-ranked North American in the league, flying from city to city, conquering those he met in the ring. But Punk's grind in the Mixup bracket would prove to be a challenging one. Longtime veteran of the game, Angry Bird defeated Punk in 3 straight games in the semifinals. Licking his wounds, Punk started to fight his way through the lower bracket, first defeating Team Fudo's Haitani in a stunning Game 5 tiebreaker. Then the UK's Problem X in 3 intense games.
Punk with a challenge, that's going to be a big one.
I'm pretty sure Problem late activates the sweep.
Oh, and that's it.
Oh, man.
That is it.
That's going to be that.
Tarrant Punk sends Problem X out of the tournament. 3-0 in a statement.
Angry Bird, the fighter that sent Punk to the lower bracket, had fallen down there himself. So the victory tasted so much better when Punk got his revenge, defeating Angry Bird 3 games to 1. The Mixup crowd were on the edge of their seats as Punk advanced to the tournament grand final, where the beast himself, Daigo, was waiting for him.
Will Daigo belly doll now?
Oh man,
One hit is enough for Punk.
This movement is...
Oh, and that's gonna be Tarrant Punk. Reset the bracket against Daigo Umehara.
Daigo fell 3 games to 1. The bracket was reset. Punk had a very real chance to take the tournament. With 2 games in the can for each fighter, Punk needed to read his opponent carefully in the next few minutes.
Yeah, Punk right now is on fire. This is going to be huge. So much damage on the table for him. EX Tenko.
Just for the game situation. Can Daigo come back?
He's going to be looking to close this out ASAP. Punk doesn't want to overextend though. Daigo knows he wants to close this out.
Oh!
There it is. Orochi overhead for the block.
Great block.
Orochi again!
Punk saves match point after match point, resets the bracket, goes back to the loser's bracket, and claims his second Capcom Pro Tour premiere event of the season.
Bouncing back from an almost certain defeat, Punk became the Mixup Street Fighter V champion, continuing to wow the fans of the game throughout the 2019 season. Icons of the fighting game world train day and night, looking to overthrow some of the biggest names of the game at premier events such as the Mixup in Lyon, France. But what would an FGC tournament be without some Class A, down and dirty, nail-biting Tekken 7 action? And what would the French fighting game community be without the exalted Tekken prodigy, Super Akuma? After being knocked to the lower bracket at the first master event on the Tekken World Tour, Super Akuma went toe-to-toe with UYU's Low High in the losers final. Trading blows back and forth until Super Akuma unleashed a flurry of attacks, comboing his way to victory and cementing himself in the Mixup Tekken 7 Grand Finals.
Here we go. Gets the party started.
Hey.
Okay, also go for the Tatsu.
Oh, he catches him ducking.
Here we go. One mix-up away. One mix-up away.
Plus frames.
And here we go.
That's going to be it.
Got it.
Super Akuma eliminates UYU's Low High and secures himself a spot in Grand Finals.
It was only fitting that the player who sent Super Akuma to the lower bracket would be the one that he would meet in the Grand Final. He would have to defeat South Korea's Cherry Berry Mango not once, but twice to become tournament champion. A task that not many in the Tekken 7 community could overcome.
There we go. He's catching in his face down.
Oh, this might be it. This might be it. And it is reset point.
In 3 straight sets, Super Akuma put his opponent on the back foot. The Grand Finals entered a reset. Super Akuma knew that if he focused, he could outplay his opponent once more, leading to tournament victory. 2 games ahead and sitting at match point, Cherry Berry Mango dodged a vital attack, proceeding to take down his French rival to earn his first point on the board. But Super Akuma knew better, working the clock to ultimately take the win.
Oh my gosh.
1 more hit will do it.
6 seconds.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going to happen. 4, 4, 3, 2. Is it going to be a timeout?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Super Akuma takes the Mixup 2019, the first master event of the season.
A grand final set fit for a Tekken King. The Mixup crowd congratulated Super Akuma for his outstanding performance. This major live event on the global FGC calendar was the biggest fighting game tournament in the month of April. Due to worldwide spread of the COVID-19 virus, the 2020 edition of the Mixup has been postponed to July 18th. A date locked in for many players across the fighting game scene, prepared to come together in celebration on the other side of the pandemic.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing eSport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.